Hello everyone, we are from Group 7 and we would like to share our insights to you all regarding our visit to Azkiya Raya Farmers Group located in Panghutan Village, West Bandung. Before we dive deeper into our journey's insights, let's get to know Azkiya Raya Groups first. Azkiya Raya Group is a farmers group that is fostered by Bio Farma Inc. Back then, Bio Farma Incorporation saw potential in Panghutan Village and decided to guide people there and help them with their farming needs. Their farmers have various types of crops and also livestock. Azkiya Raya Group currently consists of approximately 20 farmers, and all of them mainly farm goods and also grasses. On to the next slide. This is our informant's profile, Kang Yunus. Kang Yunus is one of the members of Azkiya Raya Farmers Group. He is a spokesman who has been often a speaker at various events as a representative of this farmers group. Kang Yunus took us around the village while explaining about the activities as well as the types of farms and also livestock developed by the Azkiya Raya Farmers Group. Kang Yunus also warmly welcomed our group into his house by serving us food from his farm. Not only Kang Yunus, we are also accompanied by two other people who are also part of the Azkiya Raya Farmers Group.
Bio Farma Incorporation directly supplies superior grass seeds from research results to be planted by Azkiya Raya. After it grows, Azkiya Raya farmers will deposit a portion of the grass to Bio Farma, and the rest will be sold directly to the community along with the other agricultural and livestock products. On the other hand, Bio Farma Incorporation uses these agricultural products for their research purposes and meets the needs of their consumers.
The first chapter of our presentation is business process, with objective is marketing agricultural product. In this business process, it has several steps. The first step is production. In this process, the breeding and growth stage of livestock begin. The next is growth. In this process, plant and livestock begin to be monitored for their development stage. The third step is harvesting, harvest time for crops and livestock. The next is post-harvest processing. Goods are proceeds according to their destination. Some are sold, some are proceed into agriculture cycle. The next is packaging for harvesting crops for distribution. The last part is distribution. It is delivery of crops to the stakeholder in needs. The next chapter is supply chain. At the supply chain stage, there are 4 stages, namely raw material, supplier, factory, and distribution. Raw material, at this stage, local resident get seeds and agricultural education through a Bio Farma company. The next is supplier. Bio Farma as a company supplier priorities an environment-friendly approach, providing education as well as early breeding. The next step is factory. The factory is the process of seeding, development, and harvesting occur at this stage, both for agriculture and animal husbandry. And the last step is distribution. At this stage, Azkiya Raya sends his crops and livestock to several places. The first goes to Bio Farma, the second goes to the grass collectors, and sometimes there are even some traders who come directly to Azkiya Raya area to buy products.
The next chapter is about waste management and life cycle assessment. There are 2 types of waste, agricultural waste and livestock waste. There are dead branches and leaves, crops residues such as coffee husk, rice stalks, banana peels, and etc. There are also biogas, sawdust, poisonous waste such as pesticides, insecticides, and etc. On the other hand, livestock waste include livestock manure, urine, and residual feed such as straw.
So as what have been mentioned in the slide before, we know that there are some waste created by the livestock or even in the agricultural process. However, Azkiya Raya Group already have some ways to manage their waste system. The first one, they use livestock manure as a compost for their personal use in the farm or for the grass. And the second one, they only use organic fertilizer from the livestock manure. Therefore, they can fertilize the soil better and doesn't affect the environment. And the third, they only use rainwater to irrigate their grass. They didn't irrigate it by themselves.
So the next one is the life cycle. In general, there are 5 steps in business life cycle. The first one is extraction of raw materials. They get their raw materials from Bayu Farma. The second is the manufacturing step. This process is done by taking care of agriculture and livestock. And the third, production distribution process. The distribution process is done by sending back to the Bayu Farma using small trucks or pickup box. And the fourth, the use of agricultural products will be consumed by themselves, and the result will be sent back to Bayu Farma. For livestock, the result will be sold as sacred animals on Idul Adha. And the last one is the recycle step, where is the process distinguishes the life cycle flow that pays attention to sustainability from those that don't. The recycle process in this activity of this farmer group is very feasible, such as the use of livestock manure and coffee grounds as fertilizer for agricultural process. The point is that no residue is disposed of by making full use of the waste that is formed. Now, the implementation of life cycle. The green process. The Azkiya Raya Farmer Group applies green principle in all of its business process. There is no interference with inorganic materials that come into contact with livestock and agricultural process, all using organic materials. And the second, water efficiency. The use of water in the agricultural irrigation process is carried out by efficiently. They use rain as central irrigation, and they supply water in the dry season from local spring. The third, strategic planning of needs. Planning for agriculture and livestock needs is the use of natural products to sustain the continuity of their business process. For example, taking grass and banana stems from the agriculture process to be used as animal feeds in livestock, while livestock manure will be converted into compost for agriculture. And the last one is the waste management. Azkiya Raya Farmer Group always utilize all waste products from livestock and agriculture process, as I mentioned before.
Now we're going to the impact assessment and inventory analysis of this farmers group. So here is the inventory analysis of this farmers group that we have done earlier. First, when they enter the planting stage, they will be used grass seed and fertilizer. Then in the growing stage, they will not need anything, since they only rely on rainwater for the growth of the grass. And after 3 weeks, they will begin harvesting process manually using sickles, so they do not emit any pollution for that. So after that, they will transport the harvested grass to the main goat cage and chop it using a machine that is petrol powered and will chop the grass into small pieces that is ready to be eaten or processed further. The machine will emit carbon dioxide, which is, since it is petrol powered. So there is an additional stage of creating fermented goat feed, which is more nutritious using chopped grass, salt, water, probiotic, chaff, and molasses. So we have to put in mind that livestock produce manure and urine during their lifetime, which will pollute the environment if thrown away just like that. So they figured out how to utilize that by composting it along with some other ingredients like banana stem, banana leaves, banana leaf peels, coffee husk, and miscellaneous plants to create compost fertilizers, which is good for the plants they are growing. They will also create pellets with a mixture consisting of chopped grass, water, chaff, flour, etc. that will be put into a pellet maker machine that is powered by petrol, thus producing carbon dioxide. The other main commodity, coffee, also went through some step that disposes dirty water in the washing process, and the machinery is in the peeling process powered by petrol, which produces carbon dioxide and coffee husks. Next is the impact assessment of the disposals produced by their process. So there are 3 processes that produces carbon dioxide, which is air pollution, consisting of transporting, chopping, pelletizing, and peeling. The peeling process also produces coffee husk, which is considered land pollution, and the last one is livestock manure and urine, which is considered land pollution also.
So lastly, we would like to discuss about the room for improvement. So as what have we been discussed, that Azkiya Raya Group has already a great job in managing the waste. However, there is still room for improvement. The first one we would like to discuss about in the business side. We think Azkiya Raya Group can commercialize their processed animal manure because it is very profitable. And the second one, they can utilize and recycle organic household waste to become compost too. And the third one, don't use livestock only to sell when they only need emergency funds. However, they can also take advantage of all the aspects, especially the animal manure. And the fourth, or the lastly, it is better for them to look for buyers of grass and livestock outside the village because they might offer a better price too. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you for listening.